is this easy to work design that adds a bit of a ruffle to the work, adding a different texture to it. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the Picot Twist edging. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some acrylic yarn size 4. Okay, so for this design, you got to make sure that your work is a multiple of 2. I'm going to create a foundation chain of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the foundation chain of 16 that I'm going to be working with. Now I'm going to create a foundation row. So for that, I'm going to skip the first chain and into the next do a single crochet. And into each chain of the foundation chain, I'm going to create 1 single crochet. And this is what we want to do all the way down. One single crochet into each chain. And again, I'm doing this just to give you like a sample size of this edging. You are going to be adding it to your work, so you might already have the stitches. It's just important that you have them in a multiple of 2. So whenever you start your project, you got to make sure that you end up with a multiple of 2. And I'm almost done here. Okay. Here's my last chain coming up. And that's my last single crochet of the foundation row. Now I can go ahead and show you how to do the edge design. So it's just 1 row repetition. We're going to chain 3 and we're going to flip our work. You're going to do 1 single crochet into the back loop of the first stitch. So I'm going to show you here. We're looking at the stitches from the back. If you move it up like this, you'll see your V's facing this way. And so when you work the back loop only, you're going to go under the loop that's furthest away from you. So I'll show you. Normally, we would do this. Normally, you would go under both loops, right? But for the back loop only, you got to go into the back loop. Just like that. So the loop furthest away from you. So we're going to go into the back loop only of the first stitch and create a single crochet. Now we're going to start the row repetition. It starts with a chain 3. And then you want to do 1 single crochet into the front loop of the next stitch. So now the front loop is going to be the one closest to you, right? So you're not going to go under both. You're just going to go under the front loop, which is, let me help myself with my fingers here. That one there. Let me just do that again, see if I can show you better. So both loops, we're going to go into the front loop only. It's harder for me to catch at this angle for me trying to show you, sorry. Okay, see, I got to kind of move it to the side. So that's the front loop only there. And I'm going to do a single crochet. Continuing the repeat, we chain 3. And now you do a single crochet in the back loop only of the next stitch. And that's what we want to do all the way down. Essentially, you're alternating between front and back loop per stitch, and then you do a single crochet. So chain 3. Now we got to go in the front loop only. And again, it's easier if I angle my work a little bit. Single crochet, chain 3. In the next stitch, it'll be back loop only. Chain 3. In the next one, it'll be front loop only. And so that's what I'm going to be doing all the way down. Going between back and front loops. And doing the single crochets and chain 3s in between. Do that all the way down and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, I just did my very last one here. And so now you can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread your ends through. And you'll notice you get this kind of curly fringe little edge, and that's the look of it. Okay, this one's really fun because it adds like a little bit of a ruffle. So it adds this kind of movement of like in, out, in, out, in, out, and a bit of a snake motion, I guess. So it's a really nice way to add that look to the work. This would look really beautiful if you work it with like thick fabric. Say you're working a blanket and you're working with a chunky or like a chunkier yarn. If you add that, it's gonna look like quite bulky and beautiful. So this is kind of the small sample size version of that. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.